So today we have with us Mr. Ravi Kiran Tanali. He is the founder of SMC and he has worked at Olympics at the US Open. We have Mr. Satyadas, who is the head of quality control with SMC, and myself, Pratishtha. I'm a mind and memory coach, and today I will be hosting you for today's session. And today we have with us our esteemed guest, Dr. S. Bakhtiar Chaudhary. He is the senior consultant in sports medicine, non-surgical pain management, and occupational health. He has over 30 years of experience. He has served the Indian Army for 10 years and have over a decade of experience of working with Apollo Hospitals, which is one of the best hospital chains of the country. He has saved more than 2,000 people from spine injury. He has worked with international sports team multiple times. He has represented India 6 times as a team doctor and in charge of sports medicines for Indian hockey team, boxing team, including others. It is impossible to cover his achievements in this short span of time. So, without taking a lot of time, I would welcome Dr. Bakhtiar Chaudhary for this session, and I'll request you, sir, to take charge. The session is all yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Pratishtha and my colleagues. Firstly, warm good evening to all of you. Virtual distance is very short. We can see close to each other. Ravi is a very enterprising man. I know him past 25 years. Since time I was in Apollo, he was a young boy then. But a very enthusiastic coach. And good thing about Ravi is Ravi and his wife. They are very friendly and always bring people together. And he has dedicated a lot of time in coaching young children. And one thing good about, I worked with almost more than 800 coaches all over the country. But good thing about Ravi is, anything you say, he'll listen. There is no arrogance or there is no pre-formed ideas, because learning stops when you think you know everything. I still keep learning. So today, I would like to speak to you on the problem in our country. We have a problem, whom to approach, when to approach. We are missing something out in the journey. Firstly, sports sciences, sports medicine is still in infancy in India. Everybody learned little bit with their own capacities, with their own opportunity, and you're trying to provide, for example, nutrition, fitness, conditioning, coaching, skill development, memory training, you know. So there are so many things which a sportsman needs. Firstly, I want to tell you, what is a sportsman? Sportsman is nothing but a normal person, but he eats little more than others because he burns more calories than others. Because he exerts more, he needs little rest more. Because he has to sacrifice his education and good student time, parental time, peer time. So he undergoes stress because he has no outlet. This is a composition of a sports person. And these people tend to undergo stress, tend to get finicky, tend to get fear, tend to have a preconceived notions whether he can perform or not. That's how, if you do not help him properly, they don't make. Now, at least I have known more than 300 top tennis children in Hyderabad. Hardly one or two people made it to real top level, elite level. We can't say the child is bad or the coach is bad. It is the correct time, correct thing is not available to them. They didn't know whom to approach, what to approach. Now let us talk about an injury. Injury is a milestone for every sports person, because there is no sports person without an injury. Like, I was a martial arts student when I was young, even now I do. I had several times knee injury, but I didn't take an MRI to tell that ACL is injured, it needs surgery, it needs injection, that is the end of life. No, we took little bit rest, we took some more exercises, and we got away from the sport for some time. But we didn't lose interest in the sport. We came back and performed. Similarly, when I was in adventure sports, I had an injury when I was making a Guinness Book record in 100cc motorcycle. So I had an injury with a fracture of bone. So one night I thought, if I go back, I will not come back to Khardungla again. So that night I decided, let this fracture increase, I'll manage later. So my will and heart helped me to go ahead, and I put probably only my colleagues who saw me, they could understand how I continued motorcycle rally on a competitive zone, and I was the first doctor to compete the Guinness Book nomination for highest road on the earth. Imagine if it had not gone that time, if I would have given up, I would have never made it till now. There was no road then in 1993-94. So every sportsman's situation is like that. Sometimes he's got an injury, he mentally breaks down, and psychologist comes into picture, but psychologist didn't know him before. His attitude, how is his behavioral, and how is his reaction to his stress, how are his coping skills. If you want to know a person, it takes decades. It won't happen in just 2-3 questionnaires. So psychologists also could not help many athletes, players, when he has an injury, because an injury not in the body is injury in the brain. You go and talk about any athlete who had an ankle injury or a knee injury, they continued whole life, will continue. Even now, it says, sir, I had a knee injury 20 years ago. That means he has not deleted from his mind all the injuries healed. This is known as a psychology of injury. Many of Indian athletes leave sport not because of social problems, they leave sport because of injury, non-healing injury, or inability to come back to his top-level performance. This is the problem. Now, when in injury, I want to give some guidelines so that people may note down. Normally, when we are athletes, or even my colleagues, or my contemporaries, peers, when we had an injury, we approached a very, very local person, RMP, Regimental Medical Practitioner, or a registered medical practitioner, who could give us an ice pack and little crepe bandage and tell us to at least relax for 1 week so that you come back, then we'll assess. But today, anybody with a small injury, he goes to a top hospital and then he does an MRI, and then MRI shows ligament, and people do not understand between sprain and the ligament injury, both are same. A sprain, पैर जब सूजता है, थोड़ा सूजन होता है, दर्द होता है, swelling होता है, we call it a sprain, but definition of sprain in dictionary we see ligament to ligamental injury. But today, a senior doctor doesn't tell him sprain. He'll tell him ligament injury. That means 50% that boy's mind is gone. अरे मेरे को ligament injury हो गया, I may not be able to go to Asian track and field, or I may not go to Asian Games. Can you imagine? But we still say, even if you have a serious injury, first बोले कुछ नहीं होता यार चल. First you go, 3 days ice pack, later on contrast bath, give support, and slowly do some conditioning exercises. We will reassess only after 2 weeks. So first rule to parents and the children, if you have a knee injury, knee sprain, you fell down, it's swollen and pain, or the ankle sprain, or a wrist pain, or a shoulder sprain, do not take an MRI immediately. I know technology available, it is good to screen, but that will show you very serious issue of a small problem. It will magnify. Remember, yes, but if your injury is serious, yes, you fell down from a motorcycle, you need to do. Or you fell from a horse, or you from a motorcycle rally you fell down, or on a boxing ring you slipped and fell down. Depending on injury, your local doctor can assess serious injury. My first rule is, do not approach very, very, very senior surgeon as a first line of treatment. Surgeon is like a tailor. If you go to tailor, he can only make you a shirt and pant or a dress. He cannot make you biryani and eat it. So remember, you should go to a non-surgical doctor. I am not against surgeons. Surgeon's role is very serious at one stage later, especially for children. Imagine a 14-year-old boy who undergoes surgery, forget about Olympics or anything. Even your mind. And you look at the data in Google, how many people who have undergone surgery attended 2 or 3 Olympics? Question mark. There are hardly. Yes, I agree to a surgery of any problem. If it is his last chance, it is already overaged. He may not have another chance to go to Olympics. Yes, you do every damn thing so that he is ready for a Olympics, so that he may not make it to next Olympics. So you have to observe the scenario of the person whom you require what type of treatment. Especially this for parents of young children, young sportsmen. Firstly, don't think that your player is an Olympic champion. If you start putting that, yes, it is good to have a dream, but not to pressurize him every day, Olympics and Olympics, because any day he fails, he thinks I have failed for Olympics. You are programming him actually for a non-performance, for his future sport, for him, he always dreamed. So this is very important. Mental programming is very, very important. We call them mental training. Actually, a normal psychologist and sports psychologist are completely different. Here we are trying to search for a disorder in a person, in a normal disorder, a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but in a sportsman, he is not with a disorder. He needs a help, actually. The approach is completely different. Secondly, yes, you must approach a physio, definitely physio, yes, because he can give you immediate response. But ideally, you should go to a physio, at least he has got some experience in treating sportsmen. Now, I'll tell you, there are a lot of my colleagues, surgeons, we call them sports medicine doctors, who do not understand training, who do not understand nutrition, who do not know meaning of a periodization, who do not know make your Olympic training program. They only operated some sportsmen and became a sports doctors. I'm sorry, my dear colleagues, you cannot become a sports medicine doctor unless you know all these. You should make a sports person from childhood. This is what we are trained in different countries. So, sports surgeon is required at a third level of treatment. First is a normal doctor who can give you immediate help. At least he will tell you whether to undergo serious investigation. Second is a physio who can help you with physical modalities, ice cold pack. A lot of people still don't know how much time to put ice cold pack. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 20 minutes. Are you aware? Satyabrata Das ji? You are not aware. We only know ice pack. But if you put more than 10 minutes, it not only prevents your healing, but can cause you serious problem because it disturbs lymphatic circulation. But all these should be known to trainers, coaches, because we have never been trained, we have never been told. Thirdly, a massage is a big problem with a lot of people. People think today with the moment injury house को रगड़ दो. Even a national level coach also says, "Sir, बाल लगे अरे कुछ नहीं, तू उसे रगड़ दे, उसको मार, रगड़ दे, आर गरम सिकाई कर दे." Imagine within 72 hours you put any hot pack, it will increase bleeding, it will increase the problem. Probably it will delay the healing by another 6 weeks. But if you do 72 hours only cold pack for 10 minutes for many times a day for 3-4 days, it will cut down his problem. Most injuries, closed injuries, sprains and strains and catches. Your 80% of injuries are not fractures. They are only sprains and strains. Especially children, do not put any needle in the joint. Do not unnecessarily investigate and tell them this is broken, I will do surgery. So, whom to approach? An average doctor, or if you have a sports doctor, yes, you can approach, but there is no hurry unless there is a grave accident that happened. Smaller sprain in the court doesn't need a serious, he need to be rested, put cold packs, give some support and wait and observe. Sprain is increasing, pain is increasing, swelling is increasing, or is becoming too intolerable. That's the time you should raise the next level. Like how we do a complaint to a special, first you give a small police station. If it doesn't we go to SP. Otherwise, you go to DGP. Similarly, but don't go straight away DGP for a small trip. He will again send you back to. Second is, in Indian scenario, we have a major problem of nutrition. Why? Because medical doctors are not trained in nutrition. That's the problem. In MBBS, nutrition is not a curriculum. There is only one subject where little bit mentioned, and people often, like we also never studied nutrition during MBBS. But who will advise nutrition to people? A dietitian, nutritionists, they are also trained in different formats. They do not understand medicine, physiology, pathology, disease process, because that is a very elaborated study. Then you have Babas, Baba Ramdev ji, some other Gurudev ji. There is no dearth of Babas, and in South India, many of them. I can tell you Veera Machineni, Mantina Satyanarayana. There are a number of people, they advise diet for a common man, including sports person. Now, if you want to advise nutrition, you must know how much of carbohydrate requirement per kg per day for what kind of activity. What should be your protein intake per kg per day? What should be your fat intake? What should be your composition of fatty acids? And what are the micronutrients? When do you give really micronutrient? What happens in pre-competition phase? What happens in competition phase? Can you imagine? That's why you have to be very, very careful in distributing your nutrition. For all and say, you may be having a normal nutrition which may be correct for many a time. You know? For example, Pratishtha Bhalla, she belonged to Punjab. Now, if I give her every day 3 times rice, she will become 100 kilos in the next 6 months. Why? Because her DNA, her intestines, her genetically designed chemistry has no mention of rice. Rice is only mentioned in Punjab once in a year. Basmati chawal, sometimes. That is unfamiliar food. I'm giving an example how your nutrition advice can go wrong. We should not eat nutrition just because it is good. Oh, this is very nice, I will eat. Because this has a lot of plastic, it can make my body strong. No, because your body has no mention on your DNA about this plastic. Balaji's body knows only wheat, and she is gluten resistant. That means wheat cannot damage her body. But Tenali Kiran can get damaged body because Tenali doesn't grow wheat. Dr. Bhaktiyar Chaudhary, wheat can cause a lot of damage because he belongs to Nellore district. But a dietitian, nutrition doctor, Baba doesn't think about staple food and staple nutrition. Today's major issue is people are eating, thinking isme kya hai, isme kya hai, isme kya hai. This is for running, it is good. This is for tennis, it's good. No. Nutrition is so for parents, for children, for coaches, trainers. Your first focus should be eat your own. Dasji should eat Bengali food. Balaji eat Punjabi food. Tenali should eat Andhra food. We have 3 different models here on the screen. If anybody try to change the other food, you will put on a punch. And then you need a obesity management program. Then you will cut down with normal nutrients also, what you are eating normally. Ultimately, nobody is reducing their weight. Hyderabad is 40% obese. And they have been eating changed food, nutritious diet past 30 years when they are only 12% obesity. They are better off with the normal nutrition at 12% obesity. Today, diabetes has gone to 60%, obesity has gone to 40% because they are thinking new food is good food. So, when you want to, a sports parent, a parent of a sports child, whom to approach for nutrition, you should approach your own mother first. You only correct timing of food because athlete trains in particular time. Accordingly, you need to manage his timing of food. Pre-game meal, you need to do some time pre-game. If you are playing a game of a 2 hours 3-set match, probably you need a pre-game meal. If you are only exercising 30 minutes intense activity, Probably you don't need any pre-game meal. You have to understand, if you do not know exercise, physiology, if you do not know human biochemistry, you have no right to advise nutrition to anybody. I am very, very clear. You may be qualified, you may have experience, you may got a by chance to go to Olympics. That doesn't give you freedom to change anybody else's nutrition. Rule number 1, stick to staple nutrition. Rule number 2, as per duration of the training and sport, modify sports nutrition. I know today there's not much of time. Maybe we'll have a nutrition separately. And thirdly, a bodybuilder of 100 kilos and a tennis player of a 50 kilos both need same nutrition, but bodybuilders, as per body weight, he needs more amount per kg. Calories will increase per kg. Dietary fiber will increase, protein will increase, fat will increase, but it is not so much of different as you think. But our bodybuilders think you need more extra protein. They think meat khane se meat banta hai. You eat big muscle, your muscle will grow. Unfortunately, your muscle grows by your strength training, not by eating meat. Meat you need exact amount of how much of protein requirement for your body, you only should eat. So protein needs, you have to calculate, don't eat just like that. Don't go by, because you have a lot of invasion from media, and especially if you put this message from Mr. Tom, you think he's right. Any foreign name means we think he's right. Indian nutrition, American nutrition, completely Zameen Asman Farak. Nutrition is not same all over the world. Gajani Gori Muhammad ate something else. Ashoka ate something else. Lord Krishna ate something else. That means traditional nutrition is proper nutrition for even sports person. You need to increase the dosage. You need to periodize. Before competition, you need to do. You make sure they are not deficient. Most important. Even if you don't give anything, make sure that protein is intact. Make sure that carbs are intact. And common wrong thing people do it when approach towards better nutrition, drinking water. Raviji, when you were a child, did you measure and drink water? I don't think so. I don't think so. You drank water. See, he is drinking because he felt thirsty. Because body tells you, Balaji, please, now your body water percentage is going down. Please drink 120 ml of water. But where the hell has come from 4 liters, 3 liters, 10 liters? Do you think you have some 10 horsepower pump fitted in your body? It is all wrong advice. If any nutritionist coach says so many liters of water you drink, then he is at fault. I don't mind, sniffing at anybody for the wrong advice, because our talent material is going down. Ultimately, we are not able to nurture them and bring them to top level. I'll be happy if somebody, trained by me or trained by him brings the India medal. We are not interested in our glory. We want a national glory. That's why we have no right to pass on wrong advice. Water management is very, very specific. And during summer months, humid months, and long distance races, you need to do some of manipulation. There are per kg calculation. There are season-wise calculation. It is absolutely very, very critical. In sports medicine, first chapter is water management. But we think water is very, very... Drinking more is only answer. It is no. There are a lot of people suffer from poor performance by drinking more water. It causes hyponatremia. It reduces your sodium salt. When sodium goes out from your body, your neuromuscular coordination grows. That means you say you want to hit an ace, but he is hitting on the net, double fault. Because his sodium is gone down, he drank 2 liters water just before the match. Just imagine. Small mistakes, and we blame the coach. He has not given bad training is given. Parent has not spent too much of money. He didn't buy a good racket. This is how we diverted. One mistake of water management can put you at the limit. Third question. Yes, today is a lot of psychology, psychological preparation, mental training, memory gaming, biofeedback mechanism. There are also GSR methods too. We have done too much in early days. Who needs psychological support. Everybody needs psychology. I feel coach needs a psychological support than the team. Isn't it? When you go to tournament, it is not your player, you are under stress. Whether my boy is going to win, whether my girl is going today, my coaching camp should get at least 3 medals in under 14 because I get more athletes. Because you have done hard work, you need a reward. And you will translate your stress on your students. You will say, hit it hard. You will coach them on the court more than earlier days. I have seen even the national level, international level, Davis Cup I have seen, the coach of Championship Egger standing outside and he's saying, you bloody hell, you throw that shot put. Arey, aaj to chodo na usko. Let him have the freedom of performing himself on the final arena of Olympics. Championship Egger got bronze medal in first Olympics. Coach trained him too hard, then he got the 4th place. He left the coach, then he trained himself by only covering the mistake. He got silver medal. Then coach corrected himself, joined him, then he got gold medal. So, both were making mistakes. It is not true. A lot of coaches feel telling anti-coaching or something. It's not like that. There is a scope for everyone to learn and improve. I have learned a lot from coaches. Handball coach, tennis coach. So, during coaching, the most important, you should not feel stress. I want coach should take psychological help when you want to train good top class athletes. If you have an athlete, in a woman or a man group, not forget about under 14, under 16, I don't think they are champions. Because your championship only begins when you become 18. When you play for women and men, then only your championship. There is no Olympics for a junior or sub-junior. This is only to tell parents and to measure your performance, yes. Because all these junior champions don't make it to senior champions. Nadine was not a junior school top champion, but he performed as he grew well. I have seen when he was playing with Indian standby and then with Indian team. I was in the coaching camp. He used to perform well, but there are a lot of problems with the teams, managers, coaches. That's why they could not play for a longer time. Then I continued with Dhanraj Pillai, but Pillai played longer time. Many Olympics he played because he's a go-getter, very strong. But other boys were not so strong to take those stress. So we should not say the player you are under stress. Indirectly we would keep on building them the stress coping abilities. And coach should feel, are haar gaya? No problem, let us have biryani, let us celebrate. Are you missed you made too many double faults? This is a beer for you today. That boy will, what happened to Ravi? You are giving beer for making double faults? Chalta yaar, this time you made a mistake, next time you are going to overcome that. So we'll work on that. That boy will develop a confidence. Otherwise, he's mentally stressed that he lost, he didn't perform, he didn't stand up to your level. You will be also stressed. I did so much of hard work and my parents have invested so much of money. Parents think that spending money will make him a champion. Better to order gold medals in a shop. Money cannot make champions in this world. Very important for parents to realize. It's a sheer hard teamwork. Many people have to work to make one player up. So, coach, you must take yourself help. I also took, as when I was in the national team, when I was at Deccan Chargers, I felt, because our team was losing, I felt I was stressed. When I called my friend, I was feeling stressed, kindly help me. Nothing will happen. You go and discuss the management coach, because in a bigger teams, doctor plays very key role in sports, doctor, especially in hockey. Because to remove somebody, they will target you. Tum certificate de usko nikal dungi. But you know that boy is going to play better next match. You want to protect him. So it becomes a challenge to convince the management as a sports doctor, sports coach to keep the boy in team. So this is very important. Next, I want to tell you about the most important thing, a training management. Yeah, you open a training school, that's very important. Training management is very important. What is a training management? Because 10,000 hours of training makes one person elite player. I put it, a player's life in India or even abroad is 15 years. A player very rarely can perform top level performance after 15 years. Just forget about it. Nobody played 20 years, maybe in cricket because they get a lot of rest in between, they're dropped in matches, so they have recovery phases. If you want to play tennis or athleticism or any other adventure sports, taekwondo, nobody can play for more than 15 years because life of a human physiology for a high performance is only 10 to 15 years. If you're targeting a boy 8 years and you want to make him an Olympic champion, there are a lot of chances, I don't say no, but there are chances this boy will lose interest after 10 years. And if you want to push him hard, by 12 years you want to get him Olympic medal like Westerners, Europeans, then we make mistakes by overtraining him or not giving proper recovery, and that may lead to serious trouble and it may lead to stress. We had a girl, what is her name? Jayanti and Pooja. There's so many girls, Tejasvi. There are a lot of, they're topper for Olympic type. They should have gone to, Australian Open, any English Open, anywhere they could have gone. But they didn't make it because they got burnt out. They started too early and they wanted to perform very early. Parental and coach and others' pressure. They could not, hell with the racket, they threw it, went down. So I feel we have a 4 to 5 years of gap between a foreign boy, an Indian boy, an Hyderabadi boy, and a Germany boy. You have at least 4 to 5 years of difference in age. A 10-year-old German boy is equal to 15, 16-year-old Indian boy, Hyderabad boy. Because his heart and lung capacity, VO2 max, anaerobic threshold, and exercise physiological, all parameters, is matching to that age group. So our 10-year-old boy cannot perform like that 10-year-old boy because our fellow should become 15 years to match this 10-year-old. So a lot of people do not understand. Unless you work with children for thousands of children, then you understand. Our people are slow growing and they mature little late and they become strong at 20 years. But after 20, our people are not playing. How many people in our Indian team beyond 25 years, they think they are old, they are elder athlete. But I disagree with them. They should start slow and play longer. Now, what are the other problems come in this performance? These social factors. Education, we all want IITians, and to get an Olympic medal is much tougher than getting into seat IIT or MBBS or MD. People should realize, getting an Asian medal is many times more stronger than getting in a damn IIT. 10,000 fellows get IIT seats. So if you want IIT seat also and to become this thing, it may not be possible. We should compromise something. And there is no big difference between IIT and a non-IIT. In fact, people who have got 80% marks are also top performers in the world. 100 out of 100 is not performing anywhere. So we have evidence that academically you can perform moderate, but if you want to really do a active sports performance, you should compromise. Parents should sacrifice. Mother or father should get attached to them. Only facilitation, not learning the game and coaching them. I am very sorry. All the parents of tennis children, they know the velocity of ball. They know, how the swinger goes, how the outside, they know everything technology. It is good to know, but you cannot coach. Because coach has some cognitive skills to coach. There is a procedure. There is a process. At the end, before we go to some questions, I will tell you the process goals are important than results goals. If your process is good, you will automatically get result. If all the ingredients in your Hyderabadi biryani and your temperature cooking method is correct, you have no doubt you will make a first class biryani. If you make in a hurry, if you do any mistake, biryani will not be tasty. Same way, to achieve a very top performance, your process should be good. You should have injuries, smaller injuries. You should not have frequent injuries. There's something wrong. You need assessment. And you should not suffer from too much of back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, that may be because of micronutrient deficiencies. You must not give up the game because you're psychologically tired. Your coach is pushing too hard. If you're not liking to go early on your own to tennis court, that means something wrong with your tennis or your parents, or your performance. You're not happy, or your estimation is too high. Don't give them unnecessary false expectations. Give them everyday score. Final conclusion, in Mahabharata, Lord Krishna said, आपका वर्तमान सही हो तो भविष्य सही होगा. आप जो कुछ वर्तमान में करोगे वही भविष्य में रिजल्ट देगा. So what you do today, what you train today, what you approach today, a correct expert, what is the correct advice today, everything what you do today is your future. But if you're only planning too much of planning in future, ये फाड़ दूंगा, ये चीर दूंगा, कुछ नहीं होगा, आज ही फट जाएगा सब कुछ. In Hyderabad language is very important. You cannot chiro fado in future. If you have to chiro fado, you do today. So Vartamanam is most important. So if you have any questions so that we can have interaction. So I told you how to approach, whom to approach, not to take serious MRIs, not to go to, don't do PRP. Nowadays go to PRP. As it is कोरोना के लिए मर के लोग ब्लड निकाल के फिर उसको एनरिच करके they are injecting. There is no evidence that sports people got benefit with PRP, even if somebody says false claims. There are no mentions of peer-reviewed journals all over the world. PRP, because the PRP, after PRP, people take 2-3 months to recover. That actually recovery gives them, best time is to give them proper recovery and do conditioning work so that they. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a very, very informative session, and we really enjoyed it. Means it was so engaging, and lot of new information like about water. Even I have heard that you should drink a lot of water if you want to lose weight. but what you have said made a lot of sense. I have few questions, but before that, I'll ask anybody from the audience who want to ask any question.
Sure.
Sir, my question is, yes, your session was quite insightful actually. That's quite engaging and insightful. And my first question is that, as you said, many specialized courses are actually fragmented. Yes. And so they have, they don't have the roots in the biochemistry, the body physiology, anatomy, and all the rest of it. But, so what is the solace like? It is only the doctors who can get into nutrition. It is only the doctors who can get into psychology.
No question. No, what I want to say is, I don't want even doctors to also involve. You can also learn. But your focus of learning should be proper. What I am saying is, don't go by haywire information. You must read peer-reviewed journal articles. First information if you want to learn something. In Google, if you see the assessment of Google knowledge base, it is only 18% is a peer-reviewed information. Imagine 88% is a personal opinions of experienced and inexperienced and time pass people. This is what defined. So you are at a risk. As already I gave you simple things. Rule number 1, stick to your native food habits. Like I'll tell you a simple example for you. If you eat chapatis and oats, you're going to cut short your life by 10 years at least. I'm not joking. Because if you go to Wikipedia, you type staple food. That means genetically you are endowed with some chemistry which can handle and absorb micronutrients properly. Many of the dietitians, nutritionists don't agree because of the superfluous knowledge. If you go to in-depth, all the performers, all the longest living people in the world eating their own food, not the informed food, not the food which is readily, told this has got something you eat. So first, implementation of your normal food. I'm giving an example of nutrition. For this, you need not to be a doctor. Ensure your children, your family eat your own. You look back your 10 generation, 5 generation, 4 generation. That is your food. That is your sports nutrition advice. I've given you straight answer. Secondly, read about, if you want to give carbs, somebody says carb khilao. Read how much we need carbohydrates for per kg body weight. Simple I'm giving you. You can easily enrich yourself without being qualified. Yes, you must have some courses. Yes, I am ready here. Nobody make use of my service in Hyderabad. Very few. If you want, we can have a small capsule courses, 1-day course on nutrition. You don't need to be doctor to learn at least to handle people. Yes, there's a lot of confusion. Injury, as I told you, first approach is wait. Nothing is going to happen. Unless you're thinking a fractured injury where the shape is out, the one simple X-ray can tell you fracture is there. If there is no fracture, swelling, wait. Ligament injury, either you repair immediately or after 3 months, it's not going to make any difference. So why are you in a hurry? You are in a hurry because you want to send your sports boy to competition. That is a mistake. If you bar your mistakes and ambitions, if you give time, you can easily pick up this. Yes, expert advice is always used to search. There are some physiotherapists who are trained, and I will give you a good question. If you want to take treatment for anybody, please take a feedback from him. Whom he has treated? Read about that person. Today, don't you read about your things which you buy in Amazon? 10 reviews you see, isn't it? Check for reviews. And people who have undertook treatment, if you want to undergo surgery, if I have to go undergo surgery for knee, I will ask the doctor whom you have operated, give me 10 names. Because a player who spent already 10 years, now another 5 years is left before subjecting you to surgery, it is your moral duty to make all searches everywhere. First intention, non-surgical approach, physiotherapist approach, or a normal physician approach, sports doctor's approach. There are a number of resources available now. There is no hurry. Hurry makes you worry. So, you don't have to be super expert because you are not going to advise the patients. For your family nutrition, are you not following? Is your home food given by a doctor? No. Same thing it is. Okay? And I give you my mail. You're most welcome to contact me.
Absolutely. So we'll share the email and website again in a few minutes. Sir, I would like to know, you talked about that if I'm a Punjabi, then I cannot, if I eat rice a lot, it would not be a good fit for my body. But
Absolutely.
but if a person who is born Punjabi but living in Hyderabad or in a place where a lot of rice is grown, what should they prefer? Like
you should be born at least 100 years here.
Okay.
If you're born 4 years before here, then probably you would undergo genetically modifications in your DNA doesn't change for hundreds and hundreds of years. You will be actually amazed. Even 60% of Punjabis should eat rice only actually. This is all influence in diet because if you see Mahabharata, you read Arjuna, Krishna, everybody way back in Delhi, they all ate rice. Everybody used to give their rice mudda to Bhim so that he can eat more food because he was the guardian of the family. You know, Draupadi also, the Akshay Patra, she got rice grain, not a puri ka tukda. So way back from Mathura to Jayanagar to Delhi, India was basically 90% Dravidians. Dravidians basically rice habituals. We are invaded by Alexander, Ghazni, Gauri, and all these people, northwestern frontiers, Aryans. We are not Aryans actually. Indians are basically 99% are Dravidians. We are invaded by Aryans. That's how the Punjabi, Haryanvi, little bit of border. Why Kashmiris eat rice? So, ideally, if you are allergic to wheat, even some percentage of Punjabis are gluten allergic. So gluten is the one protein which causes serious damage to not only South Indians, many part of even Punjabis, Haryanvis. Last year one paper was published in Delhi. 60% of even Punjabis, Haryanvis have allergy. They are better off with rice. But ideally, you should stick to your native food. Yes, if you are allergic to wheat, you have no chance but to eat rice. Okay?
Absolutely, that was really informative because I am currently in UAE and I was now confused that whether I should eat UAE food or I should stick to Delhi food.
Your own food in UAE, you eat only wheat based. But if you have a constipation, gas, you are putting on weight, you have intestinal problems, probably you completely switch off wheat and try rice. If rice suits, you stick on.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for that information. Anybody wants to ask any question? Ravi sir, do you have any question for sir?
I've been interacting with Dr. Sir for many years.
Yes.
I mean, really appreciate the knowledge he had and then served the Indian sports athletes with a lot of information. I mean, like he's been pioneer in doing a lot of medical research and then advising a lot of athletes. I mean, Saket Maineni and Vishnuvardhan.
Yes.
Lot of Indian athletes have benefited with Sir. Then I consult a lot of my athletes also to Sir. I mean, hats off to Bhaktiyar Sir for giving valuable session today, and then appreciate his knowledge. And then he was working with Leander, and then Martina Navratilova in Switzerland, and then he's renowned world over, and then working with IPL teams. And then I've been learning through his journey day on day with a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. I appreciate a lot of information through this session. And then thank you so much for being here with us, and really appreciate
Yes, sir. That is.
because of information.
Please keep in touch.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Absolutely.
And so we would look forward to having more sessions with you, because I think we can learn a lot of things, and I really have a lot of questions, but I know you have commitment for the next session as well. So I'll wait for your next session and have more questions on sports psychology and handling injuries, because this is something which is not handled very efficiently till date. And I think it will be great for our coaches to learn from you. And I like this thing that coaches needs coaches. So I really resonate with this. Thank you so much, sir, for your time, and sincere gratitude from the entire team for you being here. We'll stay in touch with you. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Have a great
See you.
day.
Thank you
Bye-bye,
so much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for being on our webinar. Thanks again, sir. Thank you.